Welcome to Bobby Does Recaps. This is Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Okay, so before we get into any of this, I need you to understand something. This season kicks off with a gut punch. Not a metaphorical one, an actual, oh no you didn't moment right at the start. Foggy Nelson, yeah, Matt Murdock's best friend, his partner, the guy who kept Matt from completely losing his mind for years, gone. And not just gone in a quiet, peaceful way. He was killed by Benjamin Poindexter, Dex, also known as Bullseye, a guy with perfect aim and a grudge against Daredevil and his friends. In a fit of total rage, Matt throws Bullseye off the roof with the intent of ending him for good. Even though Bullseye survives, Matt crosses his moral guideline with the intent of trying to end him. So he quits, hangs up the suit, ends the whole Daredevil thing once and for all. And honestly, can you blame him? All right, now, fast forward a year. Matt's doing okay. He's running his own life, living just like a normal, everyday person. He's running a new law firm called Murdock and McDuffie. He's dating a therapist named Heather Glenn, and he's just living life like a normal, non-costumed human being. Good for him, not great for a superhero show, but we'll get to that. See, here's the thing. While Matt's been busy healing and trying to be a normal person, Wilson Fisk has been thriving. Because Fisk, the kingpin, the crime boss, the guy who ruined Matt's life on multiple occasions, ran for mayor of New York City and won. The man literally became mayor of New York. I can't stress enough how bad this is for everyone. And his entire platform? Outlawing vigilantism. Is that a word? I don't know. Just go with it. No more masks. No more heroes operating outside the law. If you're running around in a costume punching criminals, Fisk wants you in a cage. Which, coming from a guy who was criminal number one, is a bold move. You gotta respect the audacity. Now, Matt could just let things be, but a case that he just can't ignore lands in his lap. A vigilante named Hector Ayala, the White Tiger, gets wrongly accused of murdering a police officer, and Matt, being Matt, steps up to defend him. And here's where it gets messy. To actually win the case, Matt has to publicly out Ayala as a vigilante in open court. Reveals the whole thing. And yeah, it works. Ayala's acquitted. Case closed. Everything's good, right? Nope. Now this guy has a giant target on his back because the entire city knows what he is. Right in the middle of an anti-vigilante wave. Matt won the battle and potentially lost the war for this dude. Spoiler, things don't work out for the Tiger. But that's not what pulls Matt back into the suit. That comes from something way more personal. There's a new threat in the city, a serial killer that calls himself Muse. And I want you to picture the most unsettling possible version of an artist. Because Muse doesn't paint on canvas. He uses victims' blood to create murals around the city. Look, the NYPD is completely stumped and Muse continues to evade authorities. But here's the part that makes it personal for Matt. Muse becomes obsessed with Heather, Matt's girlfriend, the therapist. He's dangerous, deeply disturbed, she's on his radar, and the cops can't stop this guy. So the suit comes back out, finally. And yeah, you knew it was coming. The show is literally called Born Again, but still, the moment hits. Meanwhile, Fisk isn't just sitting in the mayor's office signing paperwork. He uses the Muse crisis, because of course he does, to push through the creation of an anti-vigilante task force, the AVTF, a special unit of officers whose entire job is hunting down masked vigilantes. On the surface, sure, sounds like a legit response to chaos, but this is Wilson Fisk we're talking about. The task force isn't filled with Boy Scouts. These are problem officers, brutal, dirty, willing to do whatever Fisk needs. It's not a law enforcement unit. It's a private super task force. The man built himself an army while calling it public safety. Honestly, it's like some pretty classic villain behavior. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. Karen Page comes back. If you watch the original Netflix series, you know Karen is not someone who sits quietly when something's wrong. She starts digging, and what she finds changes everything. Foggy's death, the one that started all of this, it wasn't just Bullseye acting on his own. Vanessa Fisk, Wilson's wife, orchestrated it. She ordered the hit. The reason? To cover up a financial loophole connected to Red Hook Port, something that could have unraveled her entire operation. So Foggy Nelson died because of a real estate deal gone wrong. Let that one sink in for a second. Matt finds out that his best friend was murdered over a financial cover-up ordered by the mayor's wife. Now, Fisk didn't know Vanessa ordered the hit on Foggy, but Matt doesn't know that. This is the moment where Matt's last thread of patience goes out the window. And then Frank Castle shows up. Why? Because the Punisher's cool. So the Punisher shows up and immediately starts arguing with Matt about methods. Frank's whole thing is, these people don't deserve mercy. Kill them. Matt's whole thing is, no, we don't do that. So they spend some time butting heads before eventually, inevitably, deciding they need each other. And together, they start going after the AVTF in their own ways. But Fisk is always 3 moves ahead. He engineers a citywide blackout, cuts the power across New York, and uses the cover of darkness to launch a violent crackdown on anyone who opposes him. Political enemies, honest cops, anyone who might stand in his way. It's a straight-up purge. And it works. By the time the dust settles, Fisk has essentially declared martial law. He imprisons Frank Castle. He's got control of the city's law enforcement. He's got the AVTF. He has everything. Oh, yeah. And Dex, Bullseye. He tried to assassinate Fisk this season, but Daredevil takes the bullet to save them. Yeah, we don't have enough time to unpack that in this video. So, where does that leave us? Matt Murdock, beaten, exhausted, and furious, is still standing. Karen's by his side, and instead of sulking, instead of retreating, he does something different. He starts building an army. Honest cops, allies, people who haven't been bought out or scared off. Fisk controls the city right now, but Season 2 is setting the stage for a resistance, and Matt Murdock is at the center of it. The Kingpin was victorious in Round 1, but Round 2's coming in Season 2. And that's where Daredevil Born Again Season 1 comes to an end. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to recapping another show for you very soon.